Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to Lincolnshire, and welcome to the channel with Alex that went to test her mic this morning only to find out that it lasted about 2 seconds and needed to charge. That's just me. Well, I didn't charge it since I got it first, thinking like it's got so much battery. I didn't even check. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah, that's just me. Anyway, the whole purpose is that I went for a walk, not just to test the mic, but I was hoping we're gonna be able to actually test if I can record in the wind and all that. Never mind. My weigh-in was crap this morning. I mean, it went up by a pound. I told you. I told myself, don't get too happy too quickly, because it just went down a little bit too quick. I felt quite bloated and stuff. I don't know. There's just so many processes happening in our body that we don't realize. So, yeah, never mind. That's what happens. I do think I haven't been drinking enough water yesterday, because I haven't done anything like bad. Obviously I had the ice cream, but that's like 3.5 cents for the actual ice cream, plus cone, which is 2.5 cents. But that was like pretty much all the cents I've had yesterday, isn't it? So yeah, carry on. Loads of people working in the fields today. Oh, I'll tell you a story. I was about 14, 15 at the time, and I've decided it's summer, so let's make some money where we can. And nearby my house, there's strawberry fields. So I thought I'm gonna go picking strawberries, because I've heard people get like so much money, and they used to leave extremely early, like start at 4 a.m. and then finish about 10, 11 o'clock. Now, to get to the fields, I went cycling. Halfway through, so halfway through the drive, I got my period, obviously, as you do, and following from that, because it was already about to start to the day, I've started picking strawberries, and then our kind of supervisor in the field is to just go through my baskets, and I think I've managed to like fill up, 11 baskets, and they used to pay us something like an equivalent of £1 per basket, right? It's like there were people that had like, 60, 70 baskets, right? And I was one of these that had like about 11 baskets. Now the supervisor decided to like throw pretty much half of the contents of my baskets because they weren't good enough. And that day I've decided I'm not going to do that ever again. So yeah, you just can't be good at everything. Yeah, it's okay. I can live with that. So honestly, I thought this day will never finish. God, how is it that the time just goes so much slower? But when you're actually trying to do stuff, it doesn't. Okay, guys. So 8 o'clock. I promised dinner at 20 past, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. I want to make Ebi Katsu, so Katsu Curry, but with prawns today. So I've got these, I just peeled them. They came from Sainsbury actually. Normally I have to go to like a fish market or something to get decent prawns. But today, to my surprise, they actually had nice prawns. So they were with the head and everything, so I had to just remove the head and then I leave the tails on. And I just clean it and remove the rest of the shell all the way till the tail. Now, what I'm gonna do with these, well, let me just start with my carrots. Okay, so the katsu curry that I normally make, I think I've done the recipe on this channel before, but it's basically made of carrots, onion, garlic, chicken stock, curry powder, and soy sauce. That would be it, I think. Yeah, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to chop some carrots. Just super roughly. I've just washed mine, kind of scrubbed it. I normally peel them, but today I thought, no, they look good. It doesn't matter how big or small the pieces are, because we're going to blend it. So, carrots are done. That's it. Just one onion. Again, very roughly. Considering I've got 20 minutes to make that, it's going to be extremely rough. Don't chop your fingers. And then just garlic, that's it. Okay, so I cannot believe it, honestly. This morning I went for a walk with mic that wasn't charged to test the mic. Now I've been like talking to the camera for about 5 minutes before I realized I didn't press the record button. Anyway, in the meantime, I have popped onions, carrots and garlic into my pot, and I've added about a cup of water with it. Now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of curry powder. Don't use hot curry powder, and most definitely please be careful if you do by any chance go to an Asian shop and buy Madras curry powder, because that's gonna blow your mind. It's just way too spicy, even for me. So just be very careful with that. Just use a normal, just use a Tesco curry powder. It's perfectly fine. I've been using that before as well, but because I've got these ones from India and I had like a bigger amount, that's why I'm using those. Anyway, so I've added those 2 teaspoons of curry powder, and then I'm gonna just add 2 of these succulent chicken Knorr stock jelly, and then I'm going to add about a pint of water along with 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. I'm normally using this one. This is from Costco. So just 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce. I'm gonna increase the heat and then add water. And then we just wait for it to cook, soften completely, and then I'm gonna bleach it. And that is literally our curry. So, for this recipe we're obviously using breadcrumbs, so you do need to thin it. However, I've made this dish so many times that I'm not even going to bother taking out my scales right now, especially that I'm just feeling so hot. So I can't be bothered, but I've made this dish so many times that the amount of breadcrumbs that I'm going to be having on these prawns is so insignificant that it's not going to make or break my Slimming World week. So for that reason, I'm not going to sell it. However, it will be about 5 to 6 cents. If I have like, I don't know, 10 prawns, maybe 12, but I wouldn't. I'll probably have like 4 or 5 max. And we don't need to season the prawns at all, because your curry sauce is not even spicy, but like it's got enough flavor to give the flavor to everything else in this dish. So you really don't need to put salt or anything. I literally just dip the prawns in the egg wash, breadcrumb on the pan. That's it. Okay, so my little production line, as you can see. So, prawn, egg wash. Now I'm holding it with a tail, so I don't have to add the egg. Well, I'm probably going to do that. Just add it here. That's it. So they're kind of like as if you were buying the fish in the freezer section where it says lightly dusted. That's the type of breadcrumbs that I put on them, just to make them crispy, but not exactly like coated, I don't know, like KFC chicken. Obviously that's not just breadcrumbs, but you know what I mean.